Do this.
Can't we even clap?
Where are we with Ambitchiously Intelligent?
30 episodes in.
But I'm getting emotional like even now.
October, I think, late September, something like that.
We weren't 100% clear. And I think that's why I started with like start before you're ready.
In this transition period.
It has helped me. I've been going through emotional and just like privately intense time. And it's so crazy how the two of us have such parallels and how we support each other, you know, in every way.
To have you as a friend, as a sister, someone who is always there. It's on the other end of the line. And it's a lifeline, to be entirely honest.
Everything you go through in life and how hard it is, the most important thing is like have community.
It saved me so many times and it keeps giving me purpose and meaning, something to look forward to, wake up to just fill my cup.
I'm proud of us.
There is also, if someone doesn't know, there is no reward at the end if you're doing it all alone, not asking for help. No one comes, ring the bell and say, yoo-hoo, you did it. Now you're like the master of the universe. It just doesn't exist.
That's where I know that we can be of value for others and support them. And because we, both of us, look at it in such a holistic way.
Having like people with whom you can share yourself, your views, your life, your creativity, co-create with each other.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited about that we're doing this again. We're going to start something with inside the Ambitchiously Intelligent podcast.
Even with your open heart, that comes at a price. But, you know, I'd rather you stay like this and I stay like this and we have each other and we just hold each other's hands through the rough times.
Girl, love you. This has been amazing.
Yes.
To be continued.
Hope we triggered you in all the right places.
Are we going that path now?
To be continued.
To be continued.
Yes.
Where are we with Ambitchiously Intelligent? We're what now? 30 episodes in?
Yes.
30 flaw episodes.
Fucking amazing episodes.
You said it. I was like, I'm supposed to say fuck immediately. And then I'm like, should I be saying fuck all the time? I think I need to.
Sure.
I'm like 30. Hey, time to celebrate us. Celebrate everyone that's been here. The amazing guests we've had. And we're continuing. We're not stopping, that's for sure. So I'm proud of us. I really am. And this episode, we decided to be two of us, right?
Yeah, we decided that's about time. 30 episodes in. And somehow the first episode that we did together is the one that is the most watched one. So I think it's about time to bring back The Game Is On.
Yeah, The Game's On. The only reason it's the most watched is because we forced everyone to watch it. No, I'm joking. Like you have to watch it. No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And yeah, tonight. It's so funny. It's night and I'm recording it. That's why I said tonight. Like, hello, now. We want to talk about like how it has been for us and what's been happening the last half year. Like we started
in December. Well, that's where the first episode aired. In fact, we started October, I think, late September, something like that.
Yeah, that's when we started filming. Not really, we weren't 100% clear on what we wanted to do, like how exactly to set it up and all of those things. And I think that's why I started with like start before you're ready, because we were just like, okay. And then we recorded that first one the first time and we're like, nah. The second time around, nah. And I think the third one, right?
The third one was the charm.
That was the charm. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, so what has been going on with the two of us in this half a year? It's
a lot.
A lot. I mean, Valeria, do the honors, please.
Oh, wow. You want to put me on the spot? I'm nervous, to be entirely honest. I was trying to rewire this in my brain. I was like, I'm excited. but at the same time nervous, I think, because there are a lot of things that happen, not happen, half happen, missed. I don't know. It's all over, you know how it is. But for our audience, I think we've been in this transition period. That's the only thing how I can describe it. And we're still very much in this period. It's just ongoing. And I don't know what's going to happen at the other end. But for now, it's a hell of a ride. And what I want to say is that I'm grateful to have you as a friend, as a sister, as someone who is always there. It's on the other end of the line. And it's a lifeline, to be entirely honest, such as this podcast as well. I think we're our biggest fans, and the biggest fans of this podcast for sure, because it saved me so many times, and it keeps giving me purpose and meaning, something to look forward to, wake up to just fill my cup. So I'm trying to avoid the question of what's been going on. I don't know where to start.
Say, for me, it's the same. Girl, love you. This has been amazing. It has helped me. I've been going through emotional and just like privately intense time, really intense time. And the podcast was something that just kept me going, and the guests. And every time we have someone new on, you know, it's just I'm learning something new. And it ignites in me this fire of like, okay, I'm going to continue. I'm not going to stop. I want to, you know, continue on this journey, on this path. And yeah.
Yes.
Dream with those that are dreaming. And that's what I love about this. It's like up to now, it's, God, I'm getting emotional like even now. Jesus. How different the paths are, yet they've all, you know, either have done their first feature or first short film or several short films and a feature, written, produced, acted in. Like it's been such a beautiful example of how unique everyone's path is. And I think that's why we're doing this, is exactly that, because I went into this and it was always like, so this is the way to do it. And you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're there. And then as actors, for example, if I take myself as the actor that I am, I'm going to take out now, like not talk about the producing side. You kind of like frustrated. You're like, okay, I'm kind of doing it, but what is, you know, what's missing? And what was missing for me was definitely like embracing my craziness, the unique me, like what makes me different, and not trying to hide, because I was more like hiding it. I was like, okay, you have to, I don't know, just be a certain way or something. I didn't show this in any, but it was kind of holding me back. So I didn't go out as much because I felt like, oh, well, I'm not there yet. I can't do that. And so this, talking to our guests, which are now 29 of them, was every time this, I don't know, it gave me this amazing boost. Boost, like, yeah, embrace your uniqueness, embrace who you are fully, as good as you can every day. Like, it depends on the day, obviously.
Yeah, I agree. This taught me a thing or two about how to be a human, also how to be vulnerable, how to because we perceive people as role models. We see them as success story, and we kind of like, that's how we are as people. I think we just tend to ignore everything else. Somehow we concentrated on the end result of someone, and we comparing ourselves to this end result, even if we are at the very beginning of our journey. Sometimes not even started on one, just like overthinking everything. And I think because I don't know if we are so awesome. It's the luck of the universe, but it's definitely something magical that we brought together, I think, and that people are coming to the podcast. They are opening up beautifully. And we're seeing them not only as badass filmmakers, you know, like multi-hyphenate professionals, industry giants, I don't know, but also like real human beings with real problems, with struggles, with things that they still are not figured out. This is, I think, what kind of gives me this juice of life. Yes. Yes.
Well, talking about juice, my doggy is like starting to play with my hand here. Obviously, I'm gonna pick him up. Let's see if he will come to me or he runs away because he wants to play. I don't know. Dude, you want to come to me? Then you have to come.
Sure.
So I can tell you about the episode where he farted. We were interviewing, and I was like, he was sitting under the table, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God.
What a divinity.
No. Just telling you about things that happen behind the scenes. Yes. You know, obviously I'm professional. You didn't see it, but I was suffering silently.
No, you were like putting the face, the best one.
I was like, no.
What an exquisite smell.
Smell. Yeah.
But
so what has been going on for you? Like, where are you now?
Where I am now? I'm actually where I'm started. And weirdly enough, right now, I am happier in a way, more fulfilled and more, I think, at least aware of my choices and why I'm making them. So I don't know. I mean, we started this podcast when I was back from Florence, from Italy, and I was waiting for the visa, and the visa wouldn't come for 5 months. So I became restless, I became frustrated. But for the first time in my life, frankly speaking, I've decided not to wait. I decided not to wait, but to do something else as a way of, you know, like developing a plan B, which essentially became plan A, game A, you know. This podcast just completely shuffled everything in my life, I think, having you by my side as well. So that's how we started. We were putting the film together, sending it onto the festival run and everything. We figured out that we worked pretty well together, so we decided to do something else, and that's how we started the podcast. And it was just in the middle of the chaos in my life. A lot of things were happening. I was trying to run away. I was trying to like move continents, move countries, figure out how to stay in Italy. And this wait period of 5 months was quite honestly driving me crazy. So I don't know. Then we started recording. I was still in Russia, in Sochi. And then I went to Rome because the visa finally came at the end of December after 5 months of waiting. I went there and the transition didn't stop. It was like fully on. And I don't know, I felt like very emotional. It was in my personal life also. A lot of things were happening. I lost my grandmother, who was 95, but still. And also I didn't make it to see her, to say goodbye, unfortunately. And something else, like a love story happened in my life, completely unexpectedly. And that just threw me off course as well. And all of this intensity was just kind of fueling everything else, my creativity, things that I wanted to do. And somehow I stopped seeing it as a separate thing. Because before it was like I was trying to contain myself, to kind of steer myself onto the right path, which I felt exists. But this journey showed me that the right path only is the one that you're currently walking. There is nothing else. Can't be anything else. And this choice you're making daily. And so Rome was interesting. we continued recording, and that was, again, Lifeline was wonderful. I think we were both happy that we found something that we can take with us on the road.
Yeah.
And that we can set up pretty quickly. We can record from anywhere in the world. And that is something just like amazing.
Yeah.
Portable career.
Portable career. That's a
creative
good one.
project. Yes. And so now I'm back. Like a long story short, because Rome can be, I don't know, it feels like it's been a year since I'm back, and I've been only back 2 months. Same time, it seemed like it was only yesterday. It was an amazing experience. Same time, frustrating. Same time, painful, but also like the period that I really cherish and I love, and it inspired me, it taught me so much about myself first and foremost. But I'm back, and I'm actually very happy to be back, and that I didn't expect, because for years and years and years I was trying to move myself abroad, and that was just the one thing on my agenda, and I fought everything else like so badly that I think somehow generated a misery in my life, and that was like something lacking, like that I cannot figure out how to move abroad and stay there. And now I have this chance, this opportunity. I have, visa, I have documents, everything laid out. I can go and stay abroad.
And she's staying home.
And I'm staying home. What is going on with her? She must be crazy.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah. Yes, hello, Lucky.
Do you want to say something?
Hello, baby.
Do you want to say something? This is Lucky.
This is Lucky.
And I'm very lucky to have Lucky in my life.
Yes.
I love you.
She's like sleepy baby.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's a kiss. I love you.
Yes.
I love you. This tiny little dude has been helping me so much, going through what I've been going through. And it's interesting, with us, it's like the beauty when people come into your life where you're, come baby, I'm going to put him down. I know. Also me, I lost my grandma. And my grandma was like my grandmama, because she was the first 6 years and like my second mom. Or I had 2 moms at that time. And it was hard. At the same time, I was going through a divorce. And so both together was a big blow for me. It was me stepping out of the marriage. It was me that said I don't want it anymore. And it's I had been married for so long that it was really not an easy thing to do. It was really hard. I have 2 children, as you know, and for me, it was always so important to keep the family together and that we're all together. And just at one point, it wasn't possible anymore for me. And I fought for it for a long time, but it just wasn't working. And then, as you say, a love story came. And it's so crazy how the 2 of us have such parallels, and how we support each other, in every way. We have the podcast, we have these beautiful souls that we're able to, give this platform, which is so important to the both of us, help others. At the same time, we're helping each other. At the same time, we are helping ourselves, because we're taking the steps, we're doing it. And I don't know if someone out there listening and you've gone through this, and then me now dealing with, it's really hard even talking about it, but I want to be honest about everything here, and this is who I am, and this is how it is, and family is everything. My kids are like my life. Then this new beautiful soul came into my life, and I have felt guilty. Horrendously guilty, as in like am I allowed to have this? Is this okay? And I think with us and what we have done for each other, this kind of tiny community, because we that's why we started. We were like, we're somehow so alone in this sometimes. But filmmaking, because here it is about filmmaking, and it's a tough industry, we know that, particularly for women, we know that too, and diverse groups. And but having each other, it was this beautiful energy. And no matter if we were crying before, we just could sit down and just focus. We're being very honest here, guys.
Yes.
We could sit down and focus and be there with the guests, with those amazing souls that said yes to coming, yes to being a part of Ambitchiously Intelligent, and to that are willing to share their story with us. And that feels like an amazing gift. And this is something that what we're doing now, again, we're experiencing, we're like, it's kind of like an experiment for us, like seeing, like, do you guys like episodes like this from us? And if you want more of it, then we're totally open to it. But obviously our focus is on the other creatives and guests. And also because of experiencing this, going through these harsh times, going through a divorce feels like death. It really does. And for someone like me that just, didn't have a biological father in the beginning and all these things, it was so important to me that my children, that they had both of us and all of that. And now I'm the one that ended it because it was just we weren't happy. And I was the one that stepped up and did it. And just living
You're
with this
so
guilt.
brave for this.
It's so rough, guys. It's really, but what I want to say is that with everything you go through in life and how hard it is, the most important thing is like have community, have people around you. And art is so personal. Art is our life. It's something that, like we were just interviewing today, Eric Stern, beautiful creative. And before that, his twin, like they call themselves, they met at school, Adrian Hopfgarten. And it's like the community, like what they have, the two of them, is kind of what we have. It's like someone there that has your back, and you can have that, this community aspect, and they have others around them, is something that is so important in the film industry. Because it's rough, it's tough. It's not, you just don't just walk in and go like, hi, because it's just not how it works. And yeah, that's where we have now started talking about providing this platform.
Yes. I think that's what we figured, and also about what you said. I just want to say that you're so brave, and I know that you feel what you feel, and you must feel it, because that's how we are. And also being this sensitive, this open human being, as you are living with your open heart, that comes at a price. But I'd rather you stay like this and I stay like this, and we have each other and we just hold each other's hands through the rough times, because that's the only way to be alive, to feel alive, to feel this love. But if you're open for love, then you should be also open for pain, because it's both sides of the same coin. Fortunately, because that's how you feel life, the zest of life. And about the community, I think we also became accountability partners for each other in a way, because some days we were doing it for each other and for the guests, not for ourselves, because the energy was so over time, so difficult to like focus. And then, I think honesty, that's what we have between, and that's very important, to have someone that sees you, but at the same time can call you on the bullshit. You know, it's the other thing that we learned from Adrian and Eric, the polishing stones theory that they have, which I really love. I think that's what we are bringing, like different perspectives and kind of like different things for polishing each other. But the community is really important. And that is something because of the way how I was brought up and the way that I had issues in my past with opening up to people. I felt very insecure and I didn't have that aspect. I was thinking that I can do everything by myself. I need to be very independent, very kind of like, you know, not asking for help, just very singular about this. Just because I was afraid, honestly. Like, it's such a terrifying feeling to just open up to someone and feel not reciprocated in a way, or even like jeopardizing your own chances because you're too insecure and you cannot even open up to a certain degree that the other person feels safe and secure to like go on this journey with you. But with you, I think like you just won me with your heart, with your kindness, with your smile, with your eyes. I don't know what it is. It's meant to be, and it's the gift from the universe, having you as a partner. And I think like everyone deserves to, like, everyone, guys, deserves to have a person like that in their life.
Yes.
And if you have multiple, then oh my God, you're a rich person. That's what. This is the only richness that we care about, having like people with whom you can share yourself, your views, your life, your creativity, co-create with each other, having the space for yourself and with the other person. That's what we want to do for others, I think, right? That's what we're speaking about.
Yes, and that's why we started. I love you, by the way. You're fantastic, and that's why I love you fully. You're just people are going to be like, can they stop talking about that? No, we can't.
No.
Hi. And this is how it is. If you join our community, which we would then, you know, we will let you know when it starts. We will let you know when the program is out there and all of that, where it's really about this like holistic way of filmmaking and holistic way of putting yourself out there, daring, because it's not easy, and we're afraid. Like, you're afraid to be judged, and afraid that, you know, it's hard, it's tough, and then I know what is with me, and for me, it's like not being good enough. It's a big theme, and you know what? I think that's where, and we're talking about Eric and Adrian now. There are a lot of other beautiful souls that we learned so much from. It's just that we just interviewed them too. But what Eric said, and I was like, I'm taking that with me. I coach others. I love coaching entrepreneurs, or also women in higher position, also actors, and it's amazing. It's beautiful being able to support souls like that. And still, I don't know everything. I'm learning constantly. I'm constantly learning, and I'm open to it, and I'm excited. That's why we said ambitiously intelligent. It's not about being like, we're so intelligent, we know everything, but it's
we're
like,
so bitches.
Yeah, we're just bitches. What? Ambitious bitches. Yeah. And we want to grow, and we want to learn. And what he said is, you know, when you're asking questions, like if I said, "What am I good enough?" He's like, "Finish the sentence." What do you mean, am I good enough for what? What are you talking about? And I was like, these simple things are just sometimes the golden nuggets. Where you're like, finish the sentence, like finish the question. What is it that you're exactly asking yourself? So you don't get stuck in your head with like, am I this? Am I that? Are you what? Good enough for what? And then you can look at it and go like, okay, maybe I'm not now good at it, but I can learn because now I know what I'm saying. You know? And I loved that, I have to say. It was amazing.
What are you trying even to be good at? sometimes you don't know. You're just
Yeah.
like, this is too big, too intimidating. I don't want to look at it. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something we've learned now. We've learned like stuff like it in a sense of if it is a podcast you want to do, or if it's just for your company, if you say like you're selling something, or you are a coach, or you in whatever field, and you want to put yourself on camera. We know how intimidating it is. Like it took me some years to get used to the self-taping at a sense where I'm like, when I just came up to the level of like going, and that's why I've been coaching people with self-tapes too, to the level of, I like it. It's fun. I want to do this. It doesn't mean that I'm not nervous. It does not mean that I think I have it all perfect, but I'm like, yeah, the setup and stuff. And that's what we learned with the podcast now. The lights that we're using, the mics, all of that, how to do that. And that's where I know that we can be of value for others and support them. And because we, both of us, look at it in such a holistic way, that's the beauty of it. It is supporting all of it. It's supporting you as the creative and also all the technical stuff, because you need to know both sides. And
I'm laughing because, just to explain, because it looks weird that I started laughing. I think it's a good way to put, because we're like such nerds about things, and we can be go into the nitty gritty, but yes, please continue. And that's why I was laughing. I was like, yes, that's a nice way to put it, not to saying that we are nerds.
We're sexy nerds. Does that exist?
Now it does.
Now it does. Like, hello. No. And also that, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about that we're doing this again. We're going to start something, with inside the Ambitchiously Intelligent podcast, and open it up in a sense that if you want support, if you feel you need help, if you feel like, and please, it doesn't matter where you go, like, you don't have to do it alone. Find your peers, look for them, because in the times where it's really rough, as we've been going through very rough times, having each other, it was just worth the world,
There is also, if someone doesn't know, there is no reward at the end if you're doing it all alone, not asking for help. No one comes, ring the bell and say, yoo-hoo, you did it. Now you're like the master of the universe. It just doesn't exist. But if you're doing it with someone else, you have constant positive reinforcement if you've found the right person. So not only is that helpful and efficient, and if you're like a person who analyzes everything, it is faster. It's a fast track, but same time it becomes fun. It becomes like something you're looking forward to, and not to say that it's not work or hard work, or that you still need to do things. That's how it works. But when you have support and you have someone with whom you can share your concerns, it's also, you become more structured and you move faster, because you don't have this opportunity to become stuck somewhere. The other person would kind of like, again, polishing stones theory, I think very applicable here. And that's what we're doing for each other, and even like creating this community and this course together is going to shape itself in a way. We just, throw in the ideas and what we want in large brush strokes, and then it's all going to be what it's going to be. We don't know, and that's exciting. That's exciting. We just know that we can provide value to people because we figured it out. It took us some time, and we had each other, and that's what we can do for other people.
Yeah.
Because, yes, we got lucky, but it's luck that you can recreate. You can never force the connection with someone, but you can work on it, you can develop, because it's something that requires also patience with each other, being open to, feedback, being open to creating this, I don't know how to, what's the word? Efficacy? No, that's not the right
I would
word.
call it just a safe bubble.
Exactly. Yes. Beautiful.
I'm just going to call it that, a safe bubble.
Yes. Yes.
Where you can create. Because, guys, we've had that, Valeria and I. And we have had moments where one of us didn't feel like we were seen, and then talked to the other, and then we're both hurt, and we're both like crying and just like, fuck, I didn't want to hurt you. And then the other one, I didn't want to hurt you. But the thing is, we talked about it and we listened. And because we just know it's worth it.
Yes.
This is worth, and that's relationship. It's worth, this, and we're both open to listening to each other and supporting each other. So yeah, that's also what we've been going through, and in a sense of just finding also a way for the both of us to communicate, and also how to then communicate with the guests. What is good format for us, the both of us, which can serve both of us, because we're so, though we are very we like the same things, or not always, but a lot, and are going through similar stuff. We're also so different.
Yes.
And that has been interesting on this journey to experience that, and just not take it personally, which we did. I've done it. Like in the moment you're like, wait a minute,
yes.
No, what? Because I never want to hurt anyone. I don't want to. God, okay. One of my acting teachers, Danny, we had him also on the podcast.
Yes, Danny still.
Fantastic guy. And that's what he said to me is like this thing of, good girl fucking syndrome kind of thing, where you're so afraid to be seen, or to what is it like when you guys call us bitches? I think that's what we're just using bitches ourselves because we're just not like, yes, okay, it's all good, or we push a little bit back or stuff. And it can happen for women that it can feel like, oh, they're such bitches. And it's like, no, they're just, standing up for themselves. And sometimes you stand up for yourself when you're afraid and when you feel insecure in a rough way. That is true. You push back because you just are afraid. And you're afraid that the other one is going to push you away.
Yes.
And so we've had all of that, you guys.
Yes. And it's about building trust with each other. And I think also respecting the other person enough to see that, if you're not come clean with something, that's my story. I can hold a lot of things inside until I can't, and I crack. And I think it's important to respect the other person enough to understand that they can take it, something that is very much your own insecurity, but that you have to trust this insecurity of you and feel confident enough that the other person is not gonna judge you for it. Because it can at moments it has nothing to do with the person, maybe even it's just something that triggers you in a way, and that you feel, oh my God, now how do I say this is so embarrassing, this is I feel guilty, I don't know, it feels like it's such a big issue. And then you bring it up and all of a sudden it's not. That's what communication is, I guess. And if you haven't been blessed with a childhood, and you haven't learned that for some reason, and there wasn't, I don't know, an opportunity, or there were a lot of weird experiences, then as an adult it can be a tough ride, because now the stakes are higher, and the mistakes that you're making, they're kind of they can close you really. And I think with me, I want to share another personal story. This process of opening up to people and to asking for help and willing to do the work with the other person. It all started with another personal story, but also with making this tattoo, which is a heart. It's an anatomical heart thing. And I remember then I was doing it. I was like, this is to remind myself, in English, I think it's a British proverb, they say, is it a proverb? I'm not sure. But it's a saying, okay, to wear one's heart on the sleeve, meaning to be like the person who is very like open and warm and, don't see bad things in life. So it was kind of this idea. And I was like, I really need to start doing that because there was an opportunity to open a little bit. And I kind of like warmed up and felt really amazing and good. And even though like the situation didn't resolve the way I hoped it would, but doesn't matter. It was a good experience. And it's just showed me enough of a crack to see the light coming. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so kind of cold and like, like a stone inside, that this light just really brings something else to me. And I really need to like hold on to it and just to open this crack a little more and a little more. And this I did as a reminder. And it's interesting that, universe just like completely bombarded this little crack, and it's just opened my heart fully. And now I'm like really, really vulnerable at times. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I would rather build a strong foundation through different mediums than not to feel anything, because this is very important. And I've always been very sensitive, and I think the only way how to like live with this intensity and with this sensitivity I found earlier on was to kind of build my fences up and not allow anyone that close that can, somehow make me feel something or make me feel pain. But also, like, if, it works both ways. If you don't want to feel pain, then also all the amazing things in life would kind of come at a slightly lesser volume. So you won't feel them that intensely as well, because it's kind of the spectrum. It's weird. Like, you can never pick and choose what you want to feel and what you don't want to feel. It doesn't work quite like that. And I think, this is a big learning for me. But you have to have a good experience, like the good experience of communication with someone, the good experience with building up the relationship, of building the trust with the person, with yourself, to just like teach yourself and your nervous system that it's okay. Like, good things happen.
You're safe.
You're safe.
I have to say that to myself now, the last months, like, again and again, like, okay, you're safe. And there were moments where I had to lie down on the floor and hug myself, because it was just too much. And that was the way to ground myself again, to really ground myself. And it's even in those moments where you have received love from people and everything, and yet you find yourself lying on the floor with like a bouquet of flowers in one hand and box of chocolate in the other, and you're still crying on the floor because your image of a family is just broken now, and you were the one that took the step. And it's tough. And why are we telling you this, guys? Is because this is, first of all, we just want to be open, share who we are. This is who we are, with all our flaws and whatever. And at the same time, that this is important for us when we, starting to create this community, that everyone, we're supported, and that you are supported in all areas, as in a sense of you're being seen. And when you start creating, and maybe you're telling your own story, or you are, it is so vulnerable. It's so vulnerable. And there's a good tip, as I said: lie on the floor, hug yourself, and cry it out.
Eat chocolate.
Eat chocolate.
I think we're also paying it back and paying it forward, because there were people who will listen to, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Other podcasters, and not even podcasts, just like people, And it's now all became this support system. And also there will be people who will hopefully listen to us and would want to do the same thing in their own way, because everyone has their own way. It's never the same. And that way we can pay it forward, because I'm sure people we got inspired with, they would also want this chain to continue. You know?
Beautiful way of saying that.
Yes.
As you guys can hear, Valeria is a writer.
Very, very talented writer, I have to say. So when she speaks, it's very poetic, and when I speak, I sound like a kid. No,
like
Not
it's a love bubble. It's a safety bubble. It's a.
No. You bring clarity, and you bring in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, that's the beauty of us too, is that how we kind of like, you know, just match each other at this. And sometimes like you ask questions that I wouldn't have thought of, or the other way around. Which is really helpful when we're creating. Because sometimes you can get stuck in one view or one point of view, and you're trying not to. Like you're like, no, I want to be open. I want to understand it. Yet you're coming from your experience. It's what you've learned, what you've seen, what you have listened to. And that's the beauty of interviewing all you guys. And we're looking forward to interviewing as many of you as possible, because there's so many amazing women filmmakers and men. And it doesn't matter what community you belong to. Like, it is so gorgeous learning from you guys. And learning just, you know, and also seeing the different worlds and different point of views and also the fears. It's also something that you learn from. It's like the fear of, you know, showing yourself, or, you know, that's also something where we're learning.
I love we're going down that path that you studied. This is very important. This is very important. And I think like a lot of people don't realize that you can have a person who is amazingly professional in filmmaking, and yet they're not fully open to put themselves out there, because there are still things in their personal life or like unresolved issues. And we fully support that. It's a step, you know, and you have to be internally ready for it. That's why we never push anyone to, you know, to do the podcast if they're not feeling up to it yet.
Oh no, we force you.
Stop it.
We're like, if you don't come,
don't open all the cards, please.
Just take care. Oh, I'm joking.
Yes.
No. No.
Yes.
That is also, that's also interesting, like seeing that me as an actor, the same thing. Like as an actor, you're like, oh, they're open and they can show and do everything and da-da-da-da. No, they can't. No, they don't. No, they can be really private and have hard times with sharing things. Yes. Or even we interview them and then they don't push the episodes or put it forward. Hey, all love, and I understand it. Been there. Sometimes I'm really good at it, and sometimes I'm just like, rather not. I'm just gonna hide here in my corner.
Me, even to this day, I'm struggling, and I shared it with you privately. It's so interesting how this works. For me, it comes with like the content creation. I started to enjoy it. Again, pretty much the same period of time. I got like inspired. There was a person who just like, because I was so sure, you know, I was listening to a lot of neurobiological stuff, podcasts, and how like social media shaped our worldview, how closeted and twisted and, you know, unhealthy we are becoming, like all those things. So I was concentrating totally on one side of the thing. And I was like, everyone on social media is trying to push their own agenda. They're trying to sell you something. They're trying to like influence the shit out of it. So I had like a which is not to say that this is not part of the equation. You know, this is also part of the thing. But there is the other part of it, the people who really inspire us and people we are looking up to, or people that even share some daily routine of things that calms us. And in the moment, that's exactly what we need. Because they're with the product of the 21st century. You guys, it's would be really good if we could just like go sit under the tree and touch the grass. And that's the only thing that... But like we have different now, also different things inside our brain, different cravings, different, you know, things that we need to satisfy and be okay with it. So social media, I think it's one of them. And it can bring good things. It can bring the sense of connectedness. It can inspire us. It can show us a different worldview. And thanks to this person who showed the other part to me, the other kind of dimension of it, because I was like fully rejecting it. Also, I think part of it was like me being insecure about putting stuff out there, like things, create like content and putting it out there. And still to this day, I can like record something which at the moment feels amazing. You know, it feels like, oh, I had such a blast. I was speaking about something that really inspires me. And then either the moment before I post it, I have like, ooh, not so sure about that all of a sudden. Or like immediate karma thing, as they call it. Like I post something, I'm like, okay, now like why? I don't like it, you know?
I remember one incident where you were like, should I post? I was like, push the button now.
You were like, really?
Push the button now.
And it's like a lot of, I mean, it might sound silly, you know, to some people that, what are they talking about, right? It's like social media, Instagram, whatever. But, you know, it's a very real thing. And I think if you want to look deeper into it, not taking it at a face value, this can be applicable to pretty much anything in life. We're just, we're not facing something that we're like going through inside. This is not about posting something on social media, like, come on. This is something about addressing things that you're, again, thinking you're not good enough for what, or that people will think something, or they will perceive you differently now that you're like doing this or that. And it's I have an issue now right now that I studied recently writing in Russian, which I didn't do for a very long time. And somehow like since I moved to the UK, that was 2014, 2015, 16, 17. So when I couldn't, there wasn't an option of me staying there, even though I was really willing and wanted to put the work into it. There was a place that I felt like I truly belonged to. But that didn't happen. So instead, somehow psychologically, I created this universe in English around me, and I was doing like everything in English. I was writing, like even dreaming in English, and you know, I was looking for like every opportunity, like reading books, watching films, like everything was pretty much in English apart from my daily life, which was in Russian. And so somehow it worked perfectly well in my mind. And I kind of like pushed away my native language, which I love, and you know, I love writing in Russian, but I didn't. It was kind of like I rejected this part of my identity for so long. And now because again of someone, I started writing in Russian, and it's just like it's a different channel. I'm opening up in a different way, and it's interesting to explore. And so I want to put up the things in Russian, but the thing being that I'm not used to because like ever since the social media exists and I'm on social media, I've written everything and posted everything in English. So it's kind of like, how do I navigate that? That is weird. And for many people now, I'm posting something in Russian and they're like asking me like what happened, you know? And also with the whole situation politically wise that I shared before, you know, it's like a weird split, but we are weird as people and things happen. And like what to do with this? This is something that you have to sit in this uncomfortableness and this weirdness and make the choice. Either you want to go with it and then risk pissing off people, like weird them out, or they even don't care. It just all exists in your head, right? So that's the reality of it.
That's the reality of it. And I have this written on my phone now because of the, you know, wanting that everyone likes me kind of thing. Like, I don't want to rock the boat, or I don't want you to feel. And then I'm not being true to myself, or I'm just not expressing how I feel, or, you know, hiding that. And that feels horrendous. Because at one point you can't hold it, or you're holding it, but you feel that you just get sick, you know, and that can happen. So I have my phone, it's like this saying that if everybody likes you, you're doing something wrong. And I like it. I see it every day, because it's really that. If you're not rocking someone's boat, you know, you're holding it all in, and you are suffering, and you're not, and that's 2025 is the year of the snake, and it's the year of transformation, and I am a snake, and in the Chinese horoscope, and it is for me, I can feel like it's this year of things are coming up, and I can't push them down anymore, because I was used to, like, that's my coping mechanism, is like pushing it down. It's not working anymore. I've done a lot of work on myself, continually I'm doing that, and it's just like it's like there. Yes. And I'm like, oh man, wait, no. Like, can you move a little bit on the side? Can I just I was like, nope, it's here. You have to look at this now, and that's what it is, and go through it. And
so true.
Yeah. It's really interesting. And when you're saying about Russian, I realized I immediately felt this longing, like, I so wanna act in Icelandic, like in my mother tongue. I would love to do that. Now I've acted in German, Italian, in Russian. Hello. Oh my God.
Yes, it's about time.
English. I think it's about time to do Icelandic, guys.
Guys, like, I'm not saying anything, but you've got here an amazing actress.
Oh, thank you.
Please write something in Icelandic for her.
Icelandic. Well, it's not true. Oh my God, when I'm saying this, am I hilarious? I want to do it because I just acted in Icelandic. This is not true. Oh my God, I forgot. I just thought this. But what I'm talking about is like in Icelandic film. That's what I'm talking about. Like with Icelandic creatives, like really, as you're saying, like you are at home, you're feeling it intensely, you're really living it. And I've been living abroad for so long. I go home always every year and everything. But I'm like, that would be something beautiful. No, I was so lucky, right? Because Satoshi, an amazing director that I just worked with on a short film, he wrote it also in Icelandic. So I had like a little bit in Icelandic, and I was like,
that's awesome.
Yay! So that was, But all of this and us opening up and telling you guys, let us know if you like it, if you want more of this, is also for us to show you that who we are, how messy and flawed and crazy and all of that. At the same time, we make mistakes, we make mistakes, we make mistakes, and make more mistakes, and we're not stopping.
We're never gonna finish making mistakes.
No, that's just a part of the equation, is making mistakes, standing up again, and continuing. And that's where we want to support you guys, and that's why the program, and that's why the community. It's like find like-minded, like all these amazing, like you guys, filmmaking women out there, or you want to start your first feature film or short film, or you even, as I said before, you're creative in any other way, or you have your company and you just want to start putting yourself out there on a video. And we know how big the emotional inner struggle can be. And that's why it's definitely going to be a part of it.
I'm even starting a podcast. Another amazing podcast.
And that's the thing. And also what we want to like provide and show you guys is that it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't, because people want you. They want the uniqueness of you. The brand is you then. With all your flaws. With all your beautiful, beautiful talent. That is the plus. Because there's only one you. Yes. And that's the plus. So, we celebrate you.
Yeah. And I want to say about rocking someone else's boat, apart from your own, is that, again, it's from today's conversation, is that people remember two kinds of films. The ones that they love dearly, and they say, it's very talented, it's very brave. And then the ones that they dearly hate. So what you don't really want to is to be like somewhere in between, because it's
the like safe space, right?
It's like they didn't dare enough, or like it's they just
so.
And I think like that's also what I love the Italian director Luca Guadagnino, and in one of the interviews he was kind of opening up about his process, and he's like, I'm showing my films, the director's card, to different people, like people who he trusts, obviously, other creatives. I don't know, like he didn't say specific names, but I feel like it's a very small circle of his close friends, knowing how he works. And he says, like, if I get the feedback from one person that this moment is amazing, like don't touch it, it's just the best thing. And then the other person hating the same part and saying, no, this like has to go. No, this is just like rubbish. You made a mistake. And it's like, I know that I have an amazing film on my hands. Because like people are different, but if it triggers something in them, if it kind of gives them this sort of visceral reaction, either good or bad, it means that you did it well, So
true. So true. Oh, this has been amazing. To be continued.
Yes. Hope we triggered you in all the right places.
Wait, are we now talking about something else? Where are we going now with this podcast? This reminds me of Julia. Are we going that path now?
Well, we'll see. To be continued.
To be continued.
Yes.
Love you, girl, and love you all out there.
Yes. That was fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Let's stop.